So Jone, you're one of the residents here who received a bursary from the Foundation for Internal Medicine in Europe, and we're delighted to welcome you from Lithuania to this school. Tell me a little bit about your impressions of the school.
I really liked it. I mean, because the residents are involved, everybody has to prepare a case, and they are really different. I mean, from general practice to really zebras and those encephalitis from France and things like that. So it was really good. And I really liked that you care a lot about the people, how they come and then where they stay and what they do and how they live. So it was a good thing.
And was this surprising to you? Is it the same in your own country?
We mostly take care of ourselves. I mean, we are responsible for us and we just manage.
So you've been pleased about the organisation of the school here?
Yeah, it's really good. And I like the people you invited, because we don't have that obstetrical medicine, or we don't have some that. Also today the rheumatologist, he had really interesting case. So it's nice to see how different internal medicine is.
And do you think that internal medicine is different in different countries, or is it the systems that are different?
It's systems are quite different. I mean, the levels are quite different. I mean, you can do a PET scan in Denmark, but you can do it in Lithuania. Or, for example, in Romania, they were not able to do an echocardio. So it's really different, and the cases reflect that. So you get lots of impressions.
But essentially, what you're talking about is the technology.
Technology.
But if you think about the clinical approach to patients, do you think there are very big differences about the clinical approach to patients with internal medicine?
It's not, but I mean, sometimes, but I think it depends on the person. You arrive at the diagnosis with different techniques or different thinking. But I mean, I think that in some countries where the training is longer, there are smarter people. At least they have more experience, and it reflects that. But almost the same. I mean, there are differences, but not so huge, I hope.
So, I mean, when you go back to Lithuania, will you do things differently, and as a result of being at this school? What will you do differently?
I think that I have started recently to do it a little bit differently, but now I more rely on the literature. I more rely on the clinically, evidence-based medicine. And sometimes, I know that there is not always time, but you try to, when it's not clear, you try to just get it into the surface. So I think I will. It has an impact. So.
And that reflects the session which we had on critical appraisal by Shirley Rigby. But also we talked together after the session on teaching, and you were telling me about how you like to learn the techniques of teaching to use in your own country.
So yeah, I think we don't do that. I mean, we try to do it, but sometimes we just don't realize some things which are difficult in teaching, and you have a problem but don't know how to solve it. So we will see.
And did you think that you learned things here about teaching that would enable you to solve those things more easily?
I really liked that lecture from the Canadian professor.
Snell, Professor Snell.
So she said that I really would like to try that deteriorating patient simulation. So it was an interesting thing to do.
What else have you enjoyed this week?
I don't know, company of our residents, because I know they are different, and then you can learn a lot of things from them. So it's, at least from some of them, you just realize how interesting and fun medicine can be.
Yes, that's something we forget, isn't it? That medicine can be fun, and indeed that's often why we went into medicine in the first place. So will you be recommending the school to your residents next year?
Yeah, certainly. Actually, I started to do it even now because we had Victoria here a couple of years ago, and she also did some advertising.
And when you talk to residents, what was the single thing that you will tell them that will make them come here, do you think?
You can become a better doctor. So I think I would say that. To think critically.
Thank you. Thank you very much.